We are having an exciting event planned for you tonight. We've got a lot of great acts. We've got a great host lined up. Once again, welcome to the Open Mic Night event sponsored by Slapboard and The Record.
We'd like to bring up our host for the evening, John Clark, who is, you might have seen him perform around in the area. He's also going to be later on this year on Access Comedy Live, and he's also been part of the New York Comedy Underground Festival. So if we could give a big round of applause for our host, John Clark.
Thanks. Hey guys, give it up for Ben Justin, everybody. Yeah. Hey, one more time for Slapboard and for The Record for putting this together, guys. Hey. That's us. Well, this is the first open mic I guess you guys are doing here, so I think it's going to be a really good show. We've got a lot of different types of performers. We've got comedians, we've got singers, we've got musicians, we've got a magician. Hey. All right, you guys excited?
I'm excited.
All right, okay, we got one person excited, that's pretty good. Maybe we can build from there. They did tell me there would be no foul language, no profanity, right? No sexual innuendo, nothing that could offend any particular group. So having said that, thank you and good night, everybody. This has been fantastic. Now really, they gave me about 2 to 3 minutes here to be really funny. I'm trying my best. I've never performed in front of gold lame curtains like this before, so this is a big night for me. That's funny. You can laugh. Go ahead. You can laugh. All right. That's what this is all about, guys. We're gonna have a good time. You guys ready to have some fun tonight? Yeah. Okay. It sounds like you gave blood at a student blood drive. Let's try that again, everybody. You guys ready to have a good time tonight? Yeah. All right. Cool. We're gonna have a lot of fun. The way it's going to work, guys, is I will bring you up. I'm going to announce who you are, your credits if you provided credits. And with the comedians, at least, I'm going to give you a minute light. I'll be sitting at a back table. I'll wave my cell phone. That way you'll know that you have a minute left. If you're a performer and you're performing a song, just at the end of the song, you're done. And I'll bring up the next performer. So everybody clear on the rules? We good here? Yeah. Okay, you guys can get that at your own time. You can, a little delay. It's all right. I know we're a little echoey here in the atrium, right? So this is really a nice place. It's great to be here at Raritan Valley Community College. I have to say, you guys, this is the most organized open mic I have ever been to. I have a name tag. I had to sign like 10 or 12 releases to be on camera here. We've got an agenda that is closely timed. So I'm probably at the end of my time right now. So I want to bring up your first performer. You guys ready for your first performer? Yeah! Oh, by the way, guys, one other thing. We're going to line up kind of on the other side of this wall, and I'm going to bring you up this way. That is the way they want to do it here, so it's nice and orderly. Don't break tradition, okay? Don't, okay. So this next guy, he's a good friend of mine, and he's the reason I'm here. He is an associate professor here of computer science, and he is also a comedian, a really funny guy. Put your hands together for Steve Schwarz, everybody. Steve Schwarz, yeah.
All right, let's hear it for John. Oh, you guys look really excited. This looks like one of my classes. Looking at your guys, right? Yeah, I've been doing comedy for 3 years. I teach here. I went through all of my jokes. I decided I can tell 5 of them. 5, that's the total amount. So you guys, I know all you folks think that professors all sleep in their classrooms, right? Or their offices, they don't have homes. But I'm gonna break that stigma. I actually have a house that I go to, and I was out late last week doing a gig. I came home and there were cars up and down the street. I'd never seen anything like that before. Apparently my next door neighbor had gone away for the weekend and she left her high school daughter home by herself. So of course, what did she do? She had a party, right? With booze, hundreds of people, right? Brought me right back to when I was 17. Do you remember when you were 17? Yeah. Are you still 17 right now? You remember that? What it's like being outside, no parents around, booze, guys, girls, right? Is there anything more amazing than that? Yes, there is. Being the 49-year-old guy that calls the police to break up that party. It was a work night, guys. I had to go to work the next day, so, you know, screw them. That's what am I allowed to say that? All right, good, screw them. So, you know, you're going to see some comics tonight, a lot of guy comics. I see some of my friends here. We all have daddy issues. All of us, whether we admit it or not. Anyway, I thought mine was over. We're over. A couple of days ago, I got a text from my dad, and it said, "Good morning, son. I hope you have a wonderful day today. I love you so much." I was just ecstatic. But like 30 seconds later, I got another text from him that said, "Sorry, Steve, that was for your brother. I'll talk to you later." Yeah, so that's how it is. So, you know, my dad, great guy that he is, he forgot both of my kids' birthdays last year. Both of them. They were upset, I was upset. So I got them to go to the mailbox crying and point at it. Took a picture of them and I put it up on Facebook with the caption, "World's Worst Grandfather." But it didn't really have the effect I wanted because my dad liked the picture and he shared it to this group on Facebook that I didn't even know existed called Lousy and Proud Grandfathers. Yep. So guys, I teach in computer science and you guys know Rate My Professor, right? Yeah. Yeah, you know all about it. I have a 4.7 out of 5, guys, for my teaching. Thank you. So my classes are all full, Angela, isn't that great? Yeah. Nah, man, it's awful. You know why? Because more students means more work. And I don't have any chili peppers either. Look at me, guys. Can you believe it? None, not one single chili pepper. So all of you, you know what the website is. I'm sure you do. I want you all to go on there tonight and leave me a chili pepper already so I can feel a little bit better about myself. All right? John was supposed to light me and he seems to have disappeared. I do? All right. Well, I really only have one more joke that I can tell without, you know, losing my job here, right, guys? But it's worth it, though. I should tell it, get a couple laughs, and if I'm gone tomorrow, it's all worth it, right? It's all worth it, right? So anyway, do we allow smoking here on campus? No. Now, 100% smoke-free. So the other day, I saw this girl smoking, and of course I did the right thing, which was to tell her to put out the cigarette. Well, she did not like that. One single bit at all. In fact, she blew smoke right into my face. I got so aggravated at her, I grabbed her by the arm, I threw her into my car, and I said, "I am done with Take Your Daughter to Work Day." All right, that's a great note to go on. All right, guys. Here's John, and if you think I'm funny and you want to take my class, please don't do it, all right? I don't need any more students. Have a good night.
Hey, Steve Schwarz, guys. Let him hear it one more time. Steve Schwarz. All right, don't forget to leave him a chili pepper. All right, guys. Oh, okay, only the best. Only the best. Okay, I meant for this to happen. Hold on. Maybe we should take an intermission. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, we're going to move the show right along, guys. Okay, guys, we're going to go for an intermission in just a moment. But before we do that, we're going to bring on one more comedian. He's a good friend of mine. He performs all over the area and produces shows all over the area. He goes by Rocco Romeo, Suicide King of Comedy. Here he is, everybody. Rocco Romeo. Oh, he hit himself in the shin. Ouch. Oh.
I can assure you that's not part of the act. Somebody should have bolted that down, actually. Did I sign a waiver, by the way? Oh. It's great that I get to follow somebody who is talented as John Clark. The last comic I followed was a comic who was 6'4", and he left the microphone in the stand like way up here, and it was tilted down. I felt like I was inside the shower or something, right? But, okay, fantastic. Okay, how you guys doing so far? Good? Yeah, everybody, what a fantastic, great crowd we have here so far. That's great. Okay, my name is Rocco Romeo. That is my real name. It's not a stage name. Like, some parents wanted their kids to grow up to be doctors or lawyers. My parents wanted me to become a male gigolo. Yes. Does this look like male gigolo material to you? You don't have to answer that question, okay? I'm actually a video and audio person. I fix equipment all the time. Yes, so my parents are very off-the-boat Italians. In fact, when they were immigrating over from Italy, they pulled straight into Bayonne on a gondola. My old man's arms are still tired right now, okay? And check out these Italian names. I'm one of 4 brothers. It's Rocco, Vincent, Dominic, and Max. Yes, Max. I said to my mom, I said, we had such a great pattern going on. Rocco, Vincent, Dominic. Where the hell did Max come from? She goes, Max was more of a statement than a name. For pushing kids out of my uterus, that's the Max. I cannot believe I was able to use my mom's uterus after all these years, too. It's kind of weird. Any Italians out there? We got 1 Italian person. 2 Italians, fantastic. Get up for all the Italian people here tonight. Okay, you know how family's very important to us, right? And I had to go and pay my respects to my Italian grandmother last year. And I looked down at the plot and I saw tomato plants and pepper plants and basil plants and arugula, really arugula? I said to the groundskeeper, I said, where did all this come from? He goes, when they were burying your grandmother, she still had seeds in her pockets. Yes. Even in death, that lady's playing Farmville right now. But you should have seen the Japanese guy's plot right next to her. He had a whole Apache table next there. So, do you got anybody dating here tonight? No? Everybody's single in this college? Is there some kind of single, no promiscuous people? I tried eHarmony once. I was tired of dating bimbos. I said to the girl, listen, I'm looking for a girl that can use both sides of her brain. And she goes, trust me, I'm your girl. And then she rolled her eyes and had a seizure. I'm going to stay away from those. I'm going to stay away from those carpe diem profiles, I think. Yes. But I don't have to actually worry about dating so much because I am back with my ex. Yes, thank you so much. Like, and we used to be married too, so she's my ex-wife. Thank you very much. And she wants to get married again, so she's my fiance. I don't know how to introduce her to people. She's like my ex-girlfriend / my ex-wife / my fiance / my neck. Like, going back to your ex is like going to the dealership and buying back your trade-in, right? It's got like 100,000 miles, the tires are bald, it's leaking fluid, and it's still there because nobody's dumb enough to buy it, except me. I bought it and I pushed it all the way home up a huge hill, and it kind of slipped down back onto me and it rolled over and pancaked me, but that's a different story. And out of this marriage, we have 2 children. Okay, out of this dysfunctional marriage, we have 2 children. I have a 13-year-old and a 2-year-old. The 2-year-old is actually starting to talk now. He's putting words together, but he doesn't call me Daddy. He calls me Rocco by my first name. But he doesn't even pronounce it Rocco. He calls me Wacko. So when I get home from work, all I hear, and he's a very anxious kid, all I hear is Wacko, 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 wacko. I feel like I'm in like a super Pac-Man machine. I'm looking around for the power pill, right? You guys aren't from the 80s, I see, huh? You guys are looking for the better video games. Sorry, I'm a kid from the 80s. I go to yestercades every once in a while. Yeah, all right. Did I hit a sweet spot there? Do you guys work there or something? Does your family own the place?
Right next to it.
Oh, you work right next to it? Where do you?
Friends do.
Oh, your friends do?
Yeah.
What's next to the Yestercades store location?
Down the street there's like a cigar place and then a Blue Bunny sheep shop, which is
Ah.
like cupcakes and ice cream.
Wow. Okay. So, and your friends work at the Blue the Blue Sheep shop, and do they sometimes go take a cigar break? Is that why the cigar store is right next door?
We'll go next door and have a cigarette break with them. So.
Oh, and now I know, and there's also a tattoo place right next door, right? It's got all the cool places to go, and there's also a head shop. I know it very well. I do comedy on the street of Somerville, so I've been there many times before.
Love it.
So. Are you guys like, I guess you're still on your family's like share plan? You guys on the cell phone share plan with your families and stuff still? That's great. Okay, I'm on the flip side of that basically. I have a daughter, a 13-year-old daughter, that uses my cell phone. She's on the family share plan. And I get a text like 1 week into the cycle saying that 90% of my bandwidth has been consumed, right? And I get an email, I get a text from Verizon that says, for $15, you can move to a larger data plan. So I sent back to Verizon a text. I said, I think I'll move to a smaller family, preferably Amish. Yes. I guess we don't really have any parents out there to relate to some of this stuff, but I was going to mention, as a parent, I had to master the art of deflection by using just 2 words. We'll see. Have your parents ever used we'll see before? We'll see is great, because we'll see is not like yes where you're committed, and it's not like no where the kid has a meltdown. We'll see is like, we'll see how long it takes you to forget the stuff you're asking for. But you kind of like ration out, it's like a 10-to-1 ratio. So now she's gotten around that. She has like this little iPad, and she's like a virtual business restaurant owner. And what she does is she'll download like a table, a virtual table, and I have to pay $10 for that. Or she'll download like a virtual cash register, and I have to pay $15 for that of real money. Or she'll download like actual customers, and I have to pay for the customers. I said, well, I'm putting out all this real money for these virtual objects. The application developers are basically building a real restaurant somewhere. I said, do I get at least a virtual lunch out of this deal? Do you know what she said to me? She goes, we'll see, Daddy. We'll see, yes. I think that's all my time, guys. Thank you so much for having me up here. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Hey, Rocco Romeo, everybody. Give it up for Rocco. She calls herself the most unbalanced woman in comedy. She's played comedy clubs in New Jersey and New York. She does commercials. And she could be seen in the new movie Going in Style, featuring Anne Margaret and Morgan Freeman. She plays the clerk in the back of Anne Margaret, so look for her, guys. Hey, put your hands together for Carolynn Mincin, everybody. Carolynn Mincin.
Give it up for John. Hi, everybody. I'm Carolynn Mincin. I'm really happy to be here with you guys. There's 4 things I want to tell you about myself. I love my husband. What's his face? I love my children. I love to sing. But oh my God, I love Aramis. Now people think I love Aramis more than my husband, and they're right, because Aramis has big, beautiful brown eyes, love to run my fingers through his hair. And when he curls up to me in bed, man, I feel like a woman. And when I snap my fingers, it jumps like a good man should. Oh yeah. Aramis is my dog. I used to call him No Balls, then my kids changed his name to Aramis. So I'm walking with him one day, and this kid comes up to me. He says, gee, lady, that's a nice doggy. What's his name? Why, Aramis. Oh, that's stupid. He looks more like No Balls to me. So I wrote him a song. Little puppy, oh yeah, my puppy dog. You are my puppy, yeah. My puppy dog, hey, mama loves you. I love you so, hey, little puppy dog. Don't you know? They love me at the dog park. You know, I take my dog Aramis for a walk every day. I put a bag over my right hand to scoop up the poop. It's hot. It's steamy. It stinks. And then I've got this massive handful. Someone I haven't seen in God knows when comes over to say hello, and they're in, hey, how you doing? Now, is that an insult? But if you don't wag the bag, are you snubbing them? You see, scooping up poop is a new reason behind using hand sanitizer these days, because among us dog owners, we don't shake hands anymore. We just wave steamy bags of poop over our heads hoping they don't break. So this has inspired me. You know how most people teach their dogs tricks like roll over, fetch, cheat the IRS? I taught mine the dump and run. Okay? It goes like this. I'm walking with my dog. He stops to cop a squat. I'm checking to see who's checking us out. I pretend to pick it up and then we run! No need for hand sanitizer now, and I invented it, thank you! I invented it. Thank you. Every day I take Aramis to the dog park so he can run and play and smell the hiney's of many strange dogs. And this trailer park queen shows up all the time with her posse of Dachshunds and Dobermans, who she calls inbred psychos. This woman is insane. She knows where each dog is pooped, whose dog it belongs to, and she will hunt you down like a dirty dog until you clean it up. I mean, can you imagine having a normal conversation with her like, hey, Helga, how was the Dallas Cowboy game? Ah, go! Your dog makes you poopsie, now prove it. That is your dog. That is your dog. Oh, that is me. Oh, let me tell you, I really do love my husband. You know, people think that I love my dog more, but I really do. He told me the other day that I look like a Victoria's Secret's model. Just like the Pillsbury Doughboy. I told him he looked like a great big hairy white whale wearing a Speedo. I gotta stop making fun of whales. My husband says that when I walk into a room, he hears a song and he's inspired. Watch it wiggle, yeah, see it jiggle. I'm gathering nobody here ever had the pleasure of sleeping next to the man while he's been digesting massive doses of onions, garlic, lemon, or cheese 24/7. Because if your love life was as hot and steaming as mine, you'd never need birth control. I told him the other day, you don't find me attractive anymore. And he says, no, that's not true. You're a very attractive creature. I find a lot of creatures attractive. Hippos, manatees, whales, even you. I wanted to take this time, since we were expressing ourselves, to share a little song I wrote about the true love of my life. Okay, it's about, all he does is whine and moan, yawn and stretch and groan, groan, groan. Then he loves to eat and sleep. A productive schedule he will not keep. He takes pride in his poop and pee. Calls me over to look and see. Every time he makes a fart, I know it's coming from his heart. I do not know what else to tell, but my dog has trained my husband well. I can't bash him too much. I mean, if it wasn't for my husband, I wouldn't have my son. And my son recently graduated from college. My baby boy, it looks like he probably has found the one. He might be getting married. Yeah. I saw her picture. Yeah, at first I thought she was a MILF. But she's really 55. He must love doing the speed limit. But to me, she looks like she's 110, doing 110 with her hair on fire. I mean, I always knew that he was into wildlife. I just never thought he'd bang a cougar. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's only 23. I'm so happy. He says that she's carrying the V card anymore. No, she's not carrying the V card. Seriously, I always thought that, she probably has had more than one driver in her life. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you sir, you sir, you sir. Yeah. I have to tell you though, I'm really hoping that he has the common sense just to check under her hood before he takes her for a test drive. My daughter, she got, at the age of 19, she ended up getting into a car accident. But then she walked away from it, so she was fine. And I knew this because she walked into the house carrying her license plate, which was still attached to the bumper of her car, which is no longer attached to the bumper. So right there and then, I did what any good mother there would do. I wrote a song. Let's get a beat going. Come on, let's back. I remember when she was only 3, walking and carrying her blue bikey. Now that she is a teen with the car, in the 19, she's come pretty far. She came home early and set up late, walked and carried her license plate, still attached to the bumper, attached to the car. In the 19, she's come pretty far. The idiot who took off her license plate damaged his car, and he was irate. Physics supports the story about the car. In the 19, she's come pretty far. Rates insurance, rates deductibles, high repair bills. Do not make me happy or give me thrills. That idiot knew he was found out by my dog park friends and me when he found his car tires covered in doggy pee. Thank you, I'm Carolynn Mincin. Let's give it up for John.
Guys, Carolynn Mincin, everybody. Give it up for Carolynn, the most unbalanced woman in comedy. No? We got couches. All right, guys, we're going back to the comedy portion of our marathon mic here. Only 6 more hours, only 50 more acts. Are you guys with me? Okay. Hey, this next guy's a good friend of mine. He dropped by. He's a lifetime resident of New Jersey, longtime resident of Somerset County. This is important that you know this, I guess. He said, tell his wife's lawyer that he's... Don't tell his wife's lawyer that he's in the neighborhood. I don't know what that means. He's been in comedy for just over a year. A man who thinks life would be better if everyone was as bald as him. Ladies and gentlemen, the comedy of Mr. Dickie Hoff. Dickie Hoff, everybody.
How we doing? Good. Good. It is like Woodstock for me. I haven't bathed in 3 days. Anyway, good to be here. Yes, I am from Somerset County. I am sort of out of here now. I have little marital issues that I am dealing with. It's, you know, besides Somerset County, I get worried when I see prosecutors, divorce lawyers, or equestrian judges with no sense of humor. But Somerset County, it's hunt country. We're out here, you know. I know it's just great. Got it all. All that open fields. I mean, I lived in Middlesex County for a long time, and I grew up in Union County, which, you know, it's just traffic light after traffic light. Here you got the nice long roads and lots of deers. And I didn't know tonight, should we, you know, some of my comedian friends know that I occasionally do rap, but I see a lot of young people here, and you're going to sit there and say, no, that's not rap. So tonight I decided, since it's an open thing, we could do whatever we want. I decided I was going to do start out with a little poetry. And considering I wrote it in 5 minutes, and I wrote it today, and I didn't have time to put it into an iambic pentameter, we're just going to do the best I can. This is where we're going to start this whole thing. Oh gosh, we're going to start with having the right page out front, and we'll take it from there. Okay, here we go, folks. Oh, because I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. Or, okay. It's kind of a poem, Gregorian chant, whatever you want to do. I kind of mix it up here. And it's about our beloved home that we are in here. Somerset County, Somerset County, Somerset County, not Middlesex County, not Monmouth County, no beaches. Somerset County. We have deer, we have bears, drive Escalades to daycare. Somerset County. Our mall is coming, but not our peoples. 1%ers and big white steeples. We don't occupy Wall Street, it occupies us, with weekend retreats and silicon busts. Somerset County. We have flora, we have fauna. We see all from our decks. We have trust funds, bond coupons, and dividend checks. Somerset County. Somerset County. Folks, that's why I do comedy. Anyway, what else do we want to talk about? So yeah, I lived here, and I'm kind of like Papa in the Temptation song, for those of us who are old, Rolling Stone, wherever I lay my hat is my home, or my toupee in this case. Yeah, and I'm living, I'm lucky enough to have a house on a lake that I can go to when the weather's right, but right now the weather's not right. We're heading towards winter, and for me, Netflix and chill, okay, not to go obscene, yeah, you know what it means for me? It means I don't have cable, and I don't have heat, so I had to move on, and now I am living, well, let me explain it sort of this way. I don't know if you knew this, you can really get up in the middle of nowhere in New Jersey. You wouldn't know that from living in Somerset County. But you really can't. I just drive 287, you go up all the way up 287, you take a left at the Hatfields, a right at the McCoys, up into the Ozarks, and I am living in a place where business people go when their lives are over. So I'm fitting right in there. But like I was, Sunday I went in to have watch a football game, and I said, I'll have a Bud Light, and the lady goes, you want the 3 for $7 deal? And I'm like, no, I'm not having it. And look around this bar, I don't think you should be serving that. I mean, just, it's awful. But what else? It's rough, living like that. It's good to see all you young people out here. You know, I love young people. I've got 4 children of my own, lots of nieces, nephews, and everything like that. My kids are around your age, and it's great. And you know what? I'm 54, in case you're wondering how young I am. I'm 54, which puts me in middle age, and I love it. First of all, I feel like $1 million. I don't have $1 million. I owe $1 million, but I feel like $1 million. But the thing is, I always hear people, when I was young, you know, like people say, you know, kids these days, and I was like, what a bunch of baloney, okay? Kids these days. The first guy I heard saying that, okay, I was a guy who lived next door to us, and I said, oh, kids these days, and I asked my dad, I said, Dad, what does Frank do? And he goes, Frank is a man of leisure. I said, Dad, what does that mean? He said, it means he has no job, and he's living off his ex-wife's money. And so I didn't have any respect for people who say kids these days. And this idea that, you know, they say this about old people. I'm at least old enough so I can make fun of old people and get away with it. But, you know, they always say like, oh, you know, that's how old people are. And that is a bunch of baloney, okay? Gotta keep it cleaner. Because that's not because they're old people. It's because they're old now and they got away with this nonsense for their entire life. So you're sitting there watching somebody, and then they're getting away with stuff. So I'm just old enough to tell people to get off my front lawn, if I can still go on my front lawn, but I'm also old enough to make fun of older people. I mean, don't tolerate nonsense from them, okay? Grandma's being an idiot. Tell her to say, Grandma, you're being an idiot, okay? Don't worry about the will. Tell Grandma to get off that scooter at Walmart and walk, okay? Okay, let's move on from that. Everybody ready for the new Star Wars movie? Why? Okay, that's a long way. Okay, that's fine. You like Star Wars. Last month, my favorite movie, we celebrated 30 years of it. Does anyone know what movie that is? I hope you all saw it. Back to the Future. Yeah, great movie. If you haven't seen it, some young people go, what's the big deal? It's a big deal, okay? It's a big deal. By the way, John DeLorean, of the DeLoreans, Somerset County. Okay. Anyway, went bankrupt in Somerset County. You'll be going home tonight saying, where do you work? Live? Okay. That's all anyone gets out of my raps or my poems. Anyway, so everybody's, you know, they're into the inventions there. Why don't we have this thing? Why didn't the Cubs win the World Series? Why don't we have hoverboards? Why don't we have Mr. Fusion? Okay? Well, first of all, let's get into hoverboards. I have been... You know, people on skateboards, they come by, they almost kill me, okay? I could just see if we had hoverboards. That would be really good, okay? That would be really good. I would lose my toupee. It would suck. And the technology. Now, back, you know, 30 years ago when I was in college, everyone was like, oh, we had our first computers, and I'm like, great. We can do our own, we could, you know, now do our own papers and everything like that on the computer instead of a typewriter. But now, I see what people are doing with computers, and they're not taking full advantage. And everyone's like, I want a great 4-wheel drive car. Well, tonight I saw a bunch of 4-wheel drive cars that were great in a bunch of great ditches. You know, no one knows how to take care of technology. I don't even want to think about what people would do with Mr. Fusion, okay? We just have a bunch of people walking around glowing, okay? And that would be terrible. But what I wanted, over 30 years, out of Back to the Future, okay? What I wanted was Leah Thompson, okay? Gorgeous. Leah Thompson and I are almost the exact same age. Leah Thompson is Hollywood. I am a Republican Catholic from New Jersey. I'm in the middle of divorce, okay? I'm not even apologizing for what I am. Okay, I'm in the middle of divorce. She married the guy who was in The Replacements, okay, who directed The Replacements, the worst movie of all time. That itself should be grounds for divorce. But she's still married, and I'm getting divorced. And we're never going to make it. It's never going to make it. It really upsets me. And, I mean, we would have a lot to talk about. We could talk about the first time we saw, I heard Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd, for all those cool people. We could talk about the first time we saw love both, okay? Separately, but we saw it. You know, the first one I ever saw was, it was a very special one with Quincy Jones, Shirley Jones, and Jack Jones. It was, yes, Keeping Up with the Joneses. And let me tell you something, I love me some Shirley Jones. Mrs. Partridge, I think I love you. And I love you all. Thanks, good night.
Okay, guys, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Somerset County. Oh, wow, you got your own catchphrase, Dickie. That's incredible. Everybody, Dickie Hoff. Give it up for Dickie. All right. Okay, well, we're on the home stretch here, guys. We're going to switch it back to comedy. And let me tell you a little bit about this next gentleman coming up. Your next act is a comedian who recently won the first ever Cozy TV Comedy Search. And he has performed at comedy clubs, festivals, and other colleges around the country. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Glen Tickle. Glen Tickle, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Keep it going for John. It's hard. It's hard to host a mic we're going in the 3rd hour. I think you're putting the work in, buddy. Good for you. Like John said, my name is Glen Tickle, and that's not a joke, guys. That's not me being clever or cute. It's my name. That's my real given family name. It's on my driver's license and my birth certificate. Glen Tickle is the name that I have to use in my life when I meet other people, and that's hard.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. You're beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I mean that in the least creepy way possible.
You're beautiful too.
Thanks. Now we're even. I used to be a substitute teacher, guys. Yeah. Phillipsburg High School, all the way. I had to get up every morning at 6, stand in front of a different group of strange children and write Mr. Tickle on the board. I'm an American hero, you guys. That is an impossible task to do.
Mr. T.
I can't wear that much gold. I don't have enough gold chains to pull off Mr. T someday, or the Mohawk. Being the sub is weird, because I know all the kids in my town, I don't know their parents. And that's weird because I can be walking around a store, all of a sudden some little kid recognizes me and gets real excited. But no parent wants their 7-year-old running up to a bearded man in a Walmart shouting, Mr. Tickle, I missed you! Give me a hug! Not allowed in Walmart anymore, you guys. That's the point of that joke. The charges were dropped. It's also the longest, I was a high school sub. I did everything from high school down to preschool. The longest subbing job I ever had, I was a preschool science teacher for a year. And people laugh at that, like preschool science. What do you teach preschool kids about science? Anything I want, you guys. They're 4 years old, they don't know anything yet. It's the easiest job I've ever had. Doesn't even have to be true. I'm taller than them, they'll believe anything I say. It was fantastic. I had to teach them about the planets one day, so I told them how Pluto used to be considered a planet, then it got downgraded, it's not considered a planet anymore. And I told them the same thing about Alderaan, which is the planet that the Death Star blows up in the first Star Wars movie. Yeah, so now a bunch of kids in Phillipsburg think the Death Star is real, and that's why Pluto's not a planet. You're welcome. The hardest thing about that job, being a preschool science teacher, is that I was so much smarter than the students. And I know that sounds like I'm bragging, but remember that I'm talking about people this high with literally no education. So a little kid would ask me a question, and I'm smart, like I know science things, guys. If a little kid asked me a question, I know the answer. I was not a good teacher. Confirm that, right? I was not good at what I did.
You were decent.
That's decent, I'll take decent. But like if a little kid asked me a question, I don't know how to explain it in a way a 4-year-old's gonna understand. So one day this little kid's like, Mr. Tickle, why is the sky blue? Because as light enters the atmosphere, it gets refracted by gases, primarily nitrogen and argon, through the process known as Rayleigh scattering. The blue light gets sent out in different directions. Water wavelengths pass through largely unaffected. You're 4 years old, you know what any of those words mean. Magic. The sky's blue because of magic. How am I supposed to explain Rayleigh scattering to a 4-year-old when you guys didn't know what I was talking about and you're in college? Is anybody in a physics class right now is like going to show up on a test and you guys are going to get it now because of me? It feels so great. This 10-minute set is... You will learn more from me during this than any time you've had me in class.
Okay, cool.
Subs, it's weird because like the high school students when I was doing it found out that I was also a comedian and they would be like, Mr. Tickle, tell us a joke. And I'd be like, no. Like, why is your stuff too dirty? So you can't say school's too dirty? No, it's 8:30 in the morning on a Wednesday. I'm hungover and I hate you. Now's not the time to come. Not you, just literally every other student I've ever had. You were very nice. I don't sub anymore because it's an awful job and I hated it. I do this and I write full time now. I just have a 2-year-old baby girl at home. She's adorable. Thank you. She's not here. Like, she's not. I'm not gonna get home and she's like, Daddy, when you mentioned I existed, they go, oh, like, no, not enough of them said, oh. They don't love you like I love you. I'm gonna tell her. I'm not gonna tell her. That'll be. I like being a parent. It's horrifying. As wonderful as it is, this is a true story. When my daughter was 4 months old, I got woken up in the middle of the night by the sound of my daughter crying and of my wife pretending to be asleep. So I go in to check on the baby, and I look, and her little baby face covered in blood. She's fine, or I wouldn't be doing a joke about it, don't worry. But just like a Viking warrior ready for battle. Just a nightmare. And I panic immediately, because that's what you do when you see a bloody infant, now you guys know. So I'm freaking out, and then I remember it's fine, because a few days before that she had surgery. She had to have a tongue tie corrected. If you guys know what that is, the thing that connects your tongue to the bottom of your mouth. It's called the lingual frenulum. I'm not going to talk down to you guys. You're in college, you just learned something, you're welcome. It stuck too far out, she had to have it cut. And I say surgery, but it's like literally we took her to the doctor's office, he's like, let me see that baby for a second. Like you could do it now. Don't do it. But if there's a lingual frenulum emergency, now you have the skills required. But he did it, he's like, hey, just so you know, in the next couple of days there might be some bloody saliva. You don't have to panic, I just thought I'd warn you because I did just jam scissors in your baby's face. And I'm like, all right, thanks. It's exactly the kind of thing I'm going to panic about in 3 days when I forget you said this. So I remember all that, and then I calm down. My daughter's still upset. I'm like, I look in her crib, she's bloody. I'm like, that's the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. So I pick her up to comfort her. As soon as I get her up out of the crib, she stops crying, and she starts laughing. I'm like, nope, that's the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. That is the nightmare fuel, baby. Don't do that. I don't think my daughter's going to be a serial killer. But if she is, like at some point somebody's going to interview me and be like, Mr. Tickle, at any point did you think there was something off about your daughter? I have to be like, yeah, she was 4 months old, she had blood all over her face, that was the funniest thing that ever happened. I should have called you guys way sooner, I am so sorry. I feel like some of that's on me. Alright, I wasn't going to do this. There's a fun thing I like to do. I travel a lot for comedy now. And I can't bring my daughter everywhere because she's 2 and that's impractical. And I miss her when I go on the road. So what I do is I steal her toy robot. His name is Mr. Toybato. And I bring him out on the road. He's like my little road buddy. And I've tried explaining that to my daughter. When I'm like, hey, I need to borrow Mr. Toybato. And she's like, why? I'm like, we have to go tell jokes. So now she thinks Mr. Toybato is a comedian. And I'm like, his manager? I don't know exactly what she thinks is going on. But I usually have him. She actually wouldn't let me bring him tonight. She was having a tantrum when I was trying to leave. I could not bring Mr. Toybato. So I'm going to need a stand-in. You're in the front. Would you like to stand in for a toy robot?
Of course.
Come on up here, friend. What is your name?
I'm Noelle.
Hi, Noelle. All right, everybody, let's hear it for Noelle. I need you guys to do me a favor. Just pretend Noelle is an adorable 6-inch tall, plush, yellow robot. And I'm going to have... I like that she's getting into character. Alright, so I'm going to have Noelle as Mr. Toybato tell you guys some jokes. And I'll warn you in advance, these are robot jokes. They are written in the character of a robot for other robots. Like your computer science teacher, Steve, who was here earlier, would love these. I don't know if you guys are going to get them, but you're doing this for a 2-year-old. Like, they're recording this. So what I like to do is I make these videos and I show them to my daughter. I'm actually going to have to superimpose a robot over you when I show it to a 2-year-old. So we're all going to lie to a 2-year-old right now, collectively as a group. It's going to be fun. And then my daughter will think the world is a magical place and that her toy robot goes to colleges and tells jokes. So, here, you take this. You just say whatever.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
0. 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1.
It's a binary joke, you guys. That's a computer science joke for nerds. Let's hear it for Noelle, everybody. Thank you so much. You're all done. I appreciate your help. You were a delightful robot. All right. So I owe a minute. We just did a fun thing that was nice for a 2-year-old. You guys want to do the direct opposite of that and do a mean thing for an adult? Because I got a minute, I'm doing it anyway. And I just want, you guys are into this, right? Like because if you guys don't like me, this is going to go south in a big way. So I got heckled a while ago, which I know you guys find so hard to believe because I'm so great at this, but it happened. And I was doing a show, it was a huge room, it was like 400 people, and this guy just starts calling stuff out from the back of the room. And I make a comment, tell him to shut his mouth, and I get off stage. And then I look on my phone, and I've got 30 Facebook messages from that guy. He found me on Facebook and was continuing to heckle me on Facebook, which makes him incredibly stupid because he went from an anonymous voice in the back of a very large room to now he's Dan Hoff from Haslam, Pennsylvania. I found your Facebook page, Dan. It works both ways, man. I know everything about you. So they're filming this. So what I want you guys to do on the count of 3, everybody yell, "Boo Dan Hoff. We love Glen Tickle." And then I'm going to send him the video on Facebook because he's an idiot. And my friends that are comics keep telling me to stop doing this just because it happened 5 years ago or whatever, but I hold regret. So on the count of 3, boo Dan Hoff, we love Glen Tickle. I'm going to get out of here. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Boo Dan Hoff! We love Glen Tickle!
I love you guys too. That's it for me. Thank you so much. Oh, that was awesome. Glen Tickle, everybody. Glen Tickle. Wow. You guys might not believe this, but I was also at one time a substitute teacher. I also taught the little ones. My favorite grade was kindergarten because the kids are so real, they're funny. And they don't have a lot of men teaching the really small grades, the first, second, third, kindergarten. And my very first time teaching kindergarten, this little girl ran up to me and she asked me, "Wow, a boy teacher, why are you here?" And she caught me off guard, so I was honest with her. I'm like, "I'm here because Mr. Clark has emotional problems and he finds it difficult to hold down a full-time job." Thanks for asking, sweetie. Is that too real for a Wednesday night? Thursday, what not, Wednesday night? Is that what we're, Wednesday, oh my God, okay, wow. This next gentleman is a comedian that hails from Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania and weighs in at a cool 180 pounds. Okay, this is comedy, it's not a fight, but that's okay, that's kind of cool. 180 pounds, I'm kind of jealous. He's been doing stand-up for a few years and has recently started doing shows in New York and New Jersey. Stay updated on his upcoming shows by liking his Facebook page, Chris Jones Comedy. Ladies and gentlemen, the comedy of Chris Jones. Put your hands together, everybody. Give it up for Chris Jones.
Keep it going, guys. Come on. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Love it, thanks. Oh, swaggerific, that song was. It's awesome.
How you doing? How's that? How you doing? Good. All right, I'm doing good. Thank you. My name's Chris Jones. I'm from the Poconos. If you don't know where that is, thank you. I guess she does. But if you guys don't know where it is, it's where your parents brought you after they forgot to bring you on vacation all summer. Yeah, right? Oh, let's go to that water park on the mountain. That's great. Let's walk. I go to a community college there. It's a lot like here, only a hell of a lot easier to get to. Oh, man. I'm a communications major there. Any communications majors at all? All right, cool, very nice. Trying to get out of the serving tables life and into the life of serving tables with a 2-year degree. That's the overall goal. Woo! Yeah, can't wait. I'm so glad I can serve tables and do cultural mores. Oh, yeah. Can't wait to figure all those out. This place is a lot different from Pennsylvania though, man. It's a lot scarier. I mean, it's not that it's scary, it's just we're mountain people. We don't, the scariest thing to us is deer beelining in front of our van or something. That's the scariest thing you'll get for us around there. But then you meet some of the people and you realize they're doing you a favor. Thank God the freaking deer's killing me this time. People are absolutely terrible there. I'm a server, like I said. It's a lot harder than you'd assume because I'm in a tourist location.
Mostly you guys I've probably served before. But it gets tough, you know? You start working some, you have to run all the tables. My work's a lot like, you know, working at a zoo, okay? Only difference is that when I'm done feeding the animals, they go back to their hotel with water slides and Starbucks in them, and I have to deal with a shitty tip. Man. Speaking of Starbucks, have you guys heard about the buzz about Starbucks? The Star Buzz? Anything? Yeah, with the red cups, that's what I'm saying. All right, well, for those of you who didn't know or call out red cups, let me explain to you what's going on. They're killing Christmas, you guys. No bueno. Yeah. Last year, and the years before that, what they usually did was they'd have a holiday cup. It'd be a nice solid red cup, and it would have snowflakes and sleds, you know, real Christmas stuff. Real Christmas stuff. Well, this year, they said, screw all that. We want to be accepting of all cultures. Those venti buttheads. Now they decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come out with a solid red cup. So everyone can be happy for the holidays. Well, everyone is happy. Except the Christians. They got pissed at this. Ooh, the Christians, they decided, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do something about it. Are you going to boycott Starbucks? Hell no, we're white and it's delicious. You kidding me? Hell no. What the Christians did, they did something diabolical, guys. They went up to the counter to that poor kid who has to like write their name on the cups. They're going to be like, yeah, can I get a, you know, really expensive coffee? Yeah, sure. What name would you like on the red cup? This is it, guys. They lean in. Merry Christmas. Oh, dastardly Christians. They got him. Oh, man. They are so bad at that. But you know what? I have a better plan. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to look at that man. I'm going to order my mocha frappa piece of crappa. All right, I'm going to look. He's going to be like, what name would you like on this red cup? I'm going to go white and blue. Because I'll be damned if I let Starbucks go to the communists too. No way. Man. Excuse the chapped lips, guys. I can't. I hate them so much. It's just like... Well, it's the time of year. You just look bad, you know. It's kind of like wearing sweatpants on your face. You know, like, why even go out? Ugh, you know, sweatpants. Like, people are tossing change at me, like, get some Carmex, yo. What are you doing? I'm like, dude, it's way more expensive than that. You gotta toss a couple quarters my way. Oh, man, and when I have it, like, I have to be really fast with it. I just make sure, like, I kind of lather it on thick since I'm gonna lose it in 5 minutes, because I just like the cool sensation of looking sick. Oh, yeah. The mint flavor that's gonna make my mouth all waxy. I love it. It's the greatest thing in the world. Chapped lips. Definitely the ashy elbows of white people. Like 100%. No, and I'm a professional, I can tell you that. Let me tell you why. Not once at work have I ever went up to my boy Daryl. Yo, Daryl, need anything? He's never once went, yo, Chris, you got some Burt's Bees? Yo, can I get some of that Burt's Bees? No, Daryl, I'm sorry. I've already lost mine. But at the same time, not once have I gone up to him and said, yo, Daryl, can I grab some lotion? You know, no, because he would just go, Chris, I know you've never had ashy elbows a day in your life. You're never touching my damn lotion. Thank you guys very much. My name's Chris Jones.
Hey guys, Chris Jones, give it up for Chris. Hey, one more shout out for the guys out in back. They're doing a 4-for-1 now, guys. You can get Cheetos, Doritos, 2 bottles of water. I mean, that's a cheap date right there, guys, for $1, okay?
You've overcome a lot to become the scholar you are today. Your desire, discipline, and determination to succeed have earned you the highest honor awarded to community college students, an invitation to become a member of Phi Theta Kappa, the world's oldest, largest, and most prestigious honor society recognizing community college scholars.
You've worked hard to earn your designation as a scholar, And we, along with your college president and professors, believe you should be rewarded for your achievement. As a Phi Theta Kappa scholar, your future looks bright. You'll join the ranks of globally acclaimed authors and educators, scientists and astronauts, athletes and entertainers, and leaders and innovators who, like you, have earned the distinction of Phi Theta Kappa membership. Since 1918, less than 1% of community college students have earned this title.
I had no self-esteem, really. I didn't. When I was going to classes, I went there just to do the bare minimum. When I received the invitation to join Phi Theta Kappa, I felt like everything could be real. Like my dreams were coming true, and that being good enough is not good enough. You want to be the best you can be, and realizing that other people believed in me, and that I could do more than what I was giving myself credit to. And now I can look at you and say, you know what, this is me.
With membership comes access to exclusive scholarships, benefits, and leadership opportunities. As a Phi Theta Kappa member, you will be eligible for nearly $79 million in scholarships, putting your dream of college completion at both the 2-year and 4-year levels within reach. This includes more than $37 million in transfer scholarships from over 700 4-year colleges and universities worldwide.
I came to this country as a refugee from Cuba in 1980. Only 4 years before I received the invitation to join. I knew I wanted to be a journalist, but I was afraid my English would never be good enough. When I joined Phi Theta Kappa, though, everything seemed possible, and it soon was. After attending Florida Atlantic University on a Phi Theta Kappa scholarship, I became a reporter, first for the Miami Herald, and later on for the New York Times, where I shared the Pulitzer Prize for national reporting. I came to this country with nothing but hope. Phi Theta Kappa and my community college changed my life.
As a scholar, you will continue to learn and share your knowledge to make a difference in your community. Phi Theta Kappa's Honors and Action Program will engage you in service learning projects, and our 5-star competitive EDGE plan will enhance your communication and leadership skills, helping you rise above the competition for jobs, college admissions, and scholarships.
If your goals include a 4-year degree, you will have access to Phi Theta Kappa's highly acclaimed collegefish.org, a web-based transfer planning tool matching you with scholarships and senior colleges that offer the best fit for your program of study.
It was really through Phi Theta Kappa that I learned to be a better leader and a stronger scholar. And more importantly, I learned the importance of community service and serving others. Phi Theta Kappa continues to open doors for me to this day. And membership has helped me to achieve my academic, my career, and my personal goal.
At Phi Theta Kappa, we believe in you and in your potential. We are dedicated to providing the resources and support you need to shape your future.
So what are you waiting for? Become a Phi Theta Kappa scholar today. You've earned it.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. Yeah, but I don't know where to start. That's why we're here. We're free, handsome, I think we're breathtaking, and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. I got this. Is that Bran? Colleges love extracurricular activities.
That just really isn't my thing.
I got this. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Fire and ice.
Those don't really go together.
Go to GetSchooled.com for more info.